On the day that we look at film study, we're going to be looking at it under the guise of the three modes. So literary genre, theme or issue, and cultural context. So I'll spend the first part of the course looking at the kind of language that your examiner is looking for when we talk about film. So that is universal to all the films that are on the course. And then we'll be looking at, I've chosen 3 films because I can't look at them all, but these are 3 of the more common films that I'm seeing students doing every year. So, and we'll be looking at them under the 3 modes. So for example, we'll be beginning with Rosie, looking at the cultural context, the state of homelessness and the homelessness crisis that we find ourselves in at the moment, looking at this very, very human picture of this struggling family, looking at it, you know, in terms of literary genre, how the story is told, the struggle that Rosie is in every day of her life, and then of course the theme, which is obvious, is the theme of desperation or of survival. So it's a very, very kind of good film to look at for any of those modes. Then I'm going to move on to Ladybird, and we're going to look again at the 3 modes, but looking at, in terms of literary genre, how Gerwig kind of like tells the story in flashback and how she shows Ladybird's journey, as it were. Looking at the backdrop in terms of cultural context of 9/11 and the slump in the economy in America at that time, and that's really, really important. And then I suppose the theme or issue would be looking at, again, survival and this rite of passage that Ladybird finds herself on. And then we're going to look at a very different film, Hunger, which looks at Bobby Sands through the lens of the McQueen story, and how incredibly well McQueen puts the story across using nearly no dialogue. And so the literary genre is a really, really important mode for this particular film. So we'll be looking at that. Of course, cultural context, we'll be looking at the backdrop of the Troubles within Northern Ireland. And then for theme, we can look also at the theme of survival as well. So as I say, we can't possibly look at every single film, but these are 3 very, very common films. And also we'll be looking at, you know, the broad idea of film and how we compare film to the play, to the novel, and the kind of stuff that the examiner would be looking for on the day, and how we include that kind of thing in an essay.